Hey there, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Cheddar here, back with another video. This time it's a review of the new Eminem album, The Death of Slim Shady. So this is Eminem's new 2024 album, again, The Death of Slim Shady. So why am I reviewing this album? Kind of out of nowhere. Anyway, I'm not historically a big Eminem fan. However, I am a big music fan. I love listening to different genres of music. And so Eminem had a new album and I gave it a shot. And here is a review of that new Eminem album. Let me talk very quickly about why I even wanted to listen to this album. So, like I was saying, historically, I'm not a big Eminem fan. I have heard plenty of his stuff, and I do like my own, section of rap, my own specific and, my own collection of rap music, but Eminem is just not one that I've just taken a lot of liking to. Of course, I always acknowledge his skill. He's got the skill. He's definitely got the skill. I'm not saying he's number one. He's up there, of course. It seems very clear to me. I do think he changed the game. I think he's done a lot for the genre, and he has other great songs. But I've just never fallen in love with this music. That's the only way I can say it. I have other preferences in terms of rap music, but I like going into albums and seeing what I can get out of the album. So I did want to see what this album has to offer and what I can possibly get out of it. And so to start at the beginning, the first track, Renaissance, is I love the first two tracks. I just love how the album starts. It's dark and moody with a foreboding sort of sense, like it's leading up to something. It's very emotionally charged. There's lots of interesting beat changes and production changes in the songs that just keep it very sonically interesting. There's always lots of little things going on in the songs and changes. So the first two tracks, the first track is Renaissance, the second track is Habits, and the Habits ends really cool too. So those first two tracks are definitely a ride and are just really start the album off in a positive way. So I love how the album starts. The third track, Trouble, changes it up into an edgy, sort of an edgelord, funny song, but it works for me. It's pretty funny and it's short, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's very short and poignant. And then the fourth song is a Brand New Dance. That is, I hate to just chalk it down to just a fun dance rap song, but that's definitely the energy of the song, is just a fun, positive energy. I'm not... I should look through the lyrics to see how positive those are, but the energy of the song is definitely uplifting, positive. It's just a dance rap track, and that one is a lot of fun. So I do like that track. After Brand New Dance, this is where the album really starts to lose me. We get a skit, and then we get a lead into a song called Evil, which Evil, just for me, is not that bad, but overstays its welcome, and I'm just not into the song. But I've listened to the album a few times before making this opinion, and I just don't like the song. It's a skip for me, so I skip Evil. So it's not terrible, but it's a skip for me. And the song that comes right after that is also a skip too, unfortunately. Which the next track is called Lucifer. This one is hard to finish, even more so than Evil. This is probably my least favorite song on the whole album. It's just hard for me to finish. I think it's an annoying song, so it's just a hard pass for me on Lucifer. Sly Piper's singing is interesting and is good. He sings well, but it can't save the track. So just Lucifer's a skip for me, and then the following song, Antichrist, is also a skip for me. So we just got 3 skips in a row, and I just don't like this section of the album, unfortunately. It started off so strong and then just kind of took a nosedive for me. This does bring us to the 8th song, called Fuel, which is featuring a rapper named Jid, who is a very talented rapper. I've heard at least one of his albums before, at least one. And it's Eminem and Jid on the track. It's a good song. It's mostly a demonstration of just how skilled they are. I don't love the song, but it's okay. I kept it on my edited version of the album, so where I took out the songs I don't like and I kept the songs I do like. This song did pass the test. I did keep Fuel, so it's still on there. But it might be my least favorite of the songs on here. That will bring us to the song after Fuel. By this point, the song after Fuel, I can't even remember the name of it, but I'm just so checked out by this point that I think it's called Road Rage. And Rage Road. I think it is Road Rage. Oh my gosh, I think it is Road Rage. And I remember him rapping about important topics, but I feel like I was hearing the same song by this point. It felt like ear deja vu, and it was the sense of just wanting the album to be done. So unfortunately, that's just how I was feeling with it. I did want to like the song, but it just wasn't working for me. So Road Rage, also a skip for me on the porch. Luckily, after that, we get the song Houdini, which is one of my favorite songs off the album. It's not a great song. It's not a game changer, but it's a really fun song, and it really works for me. There's obviously some serious lines in there, but it's mostly silly. It's mostly humorous. It's also a dance rap song, and just the energy of this feels like old school Eminem, while also still feeling like something new. So I find it as a refreshing song compared to modern Eminem. I did listen to the last album of Eminem, Music to Be Murdered By, and this just feels like a breath of fresh air from a lot of that. I did like the song Godzilla off of Music to Be Murdered By, but for me, Houdini just feels like a breath of fresh air, and it's a lot of fun. So I enjoy this track. I know it's not going to be one of his as great a hits as his big hits, of course, but it's fun. It's fun. I like it. After Houdini is another skit, and then Guilty Conscience 2. Again, with this song, I just felt so tired of this formula of song. I'm having trouble describing it, but there's a sense of redundancy just between a lot of these tracks, and it just felt like I had heard this already, and I wasn't finding anything interesting out of Guilty Conscience. It starts off kind of hard, but it then just quickly loses me. It does end really funny, though. There's a funny skit tangled into the song at the end, and I do like that too. So not the worst song on the album, but it just doesn't do it for me. So I had to pass on Guilty Conscience 2. After Guilty Conscience 2 is another song called Head Honcho, featuring Easy Mill, and this song wasn't doing it for me either. This song was pretty catchy, but catchiness doesn't make me keep a song. So if this song were to come on in a public setting, I feel like I'd like it more, but in terms of keeping it into my playlists, it didn't really pass the test. So I had to pass on Head Honcho with Easy Mill. I was not enjoying that song as much. But luckily, the song after that is an emotional punch to the face that comes out of nowhere called Temporary, which, so when listening through this album, Eminem's been talking about cancel culture and other annoying, tedious things in life, right? But at this point in the song, it feels like he's getting to the real issue, which is confronting death and what we leave behind. And in this song, he leaves behind a message for his daughter. And this is such a cool song because Eminem just derails the whole album almost with this song, and I say that in a good way because the whole album feels more or less like an Eminem album. And then on this song, not that he hasn't worked with female singers before, but the feeling of this song, Temporary, is almost like a Taylor Swift breakup mood kind of song. And I don't know how the Eminem fans will go for that. They may love it, they may not. I love it. I think it's awesome. This song brings tears to my eyes. This is such a cool song, and I love how the song bounces between the singing, the female singer, and then him, Eminem, rapping on the album. So just an emotional song that is a message from him to his daughter, and just very powerful. And that's probably my favorite track on the song is Temporary. So it just comes out of nowhere too. It almost doesn't make sense on the album, but it does in a way, because when you get to this track, it feels like Eminem is dealing with all of the BS, all of the annoying things in life that aren't the most important. Cancel culture and work stuff, those kind of things are annoying. But what is life really about? It's about Eminem and what he is leaving for his daughter. So that's not what my life's about. That's what Eminem's life's about. But you know what I'm talking about. So it feels like he was sort of caught up in all of the minute, the other annoying things in life, and then finally he understands to address what's really important. So it's just so cool how the song comes out of nowhere and really works. And then after that, the album gets back to business with another song. Let's see, I don't have that written down, but it's another song that the album just sort of gets back to business. I remember this song is more of a trap-based song, and I'm not really a trap fan. It wasn't working for me. Not the most annoying song on the album. That's going to go to Lucifer, but this song also wasn't working for me, so I removed it from my personal playlist of the album. The next song is called Toby, and this song was featuring Big Sean and Babytron. Yeah, it's funny because they rhyme too. Big Sean and Babytron. And this song, the rapping goes really hard, and the production is cool because it's so subtle. There's interesting sounds mixed in, but they're mingled in. They're in the background, and there's a sense of escalation, of building up, and then eventually the song starts having this industrial sound to it. Not exactly like 9 Inch Nails or Ministry, but almost. It has this industrial feel to it, and there's even an electric guitar wailing in the background, and it's an interesting song to just hear them, between Eminem, Babytron, and Big Sean, just rap hard over this industrial sound. That was interesting. So I did like the song. It was a keeper for me. It's called Toby, referencing Spider-Man. It's funny because it's about how Toby got bit by a spider, so now he's Spider-Man, and about how those three got bit by a goat, so now they're goats. It's like a joke I would make. It's almost as cringy as a joke that I would make. Almost. The final song. There's a skit before the final song. It's a little funny, but it's a skit. You can pass it. But the final song is called "Somebody Save Me," featuring Jelly Roll, and this is actually my introduction to Jelly Roll. I've seen his name. I know what he looks like, but I've never listened to his music. And for some reason, I thought he was also a rapper, but he seems to be a country singer, and he sings really good. He sings awesome. So this final song is a, what do you call it, emotional country rap ballad with Jelly Roll and Eminem, and it's not as powerful as Temporary, but it works. You know, it works on to a lower degree than I think what it's trying to do, but it more or less it works. It's still good to hear. It as sonically is nice. It's a cool song. It's a good song. So I'm also a sucker for fusions too. I support genre fusion. So if you're gonna mix rap and country, mind you, as long as I'm gonna evaluate how it's done too. I don't just want a rap song and then it turns to a country song. You know, I want it blended. But I love fused genres of music, genre fusion. So it's this song works for me. So overall, I get to this album is sort of a weird album. I shouldn't call it weird because there's some songs that I really like. There's some okay songs, and then there's quite a bit of misses. So about half of the album I like. There is 19 tracks on the album, and there's 9 songs that I'm going to keep from it, with I'll say 4 that I really like. If I had to pick 3 favorites here, and I'm going to cheat just a little bit, but first favorite, Temporary; second favorite, Houdini; third favorite would be a combination of the first 2 tracks. Would be Renaissance, and then Bad Habits. I'm going to combine those 2 into one track, and when you hear them, they sound like one track too. It's a combo. They're a combo pair. It's a pair. It's almost like 2 socks. You know, 2 socks is one pair. Those songs are 2 songs that go together into one song. So that's why I'm making an exception and counting them as my third favorite track. So let me think real quick to score the album too. I actually hadn't wrote down a score. As I've gone through the album, I've had so many wow moments and so many iffy moments that I feel like I've really bounced around from anywhere from a 5 or 6 to an 8. You know, when I get to tracks like Temporary, man, I get it. This album is an 8. But that middle part is rough for me. So I think I'm feeling a 6. I don't think it's a 5 because I walk away coming out with more positivity than I do negativity out of this album. But it does feel really held back by a lot of things, mostly just by a lot of redundant feeling tracks for me, and just a couple hard-hitting tracks. You know, the 2 hard-hitting tracks for me are Houdini and Temporary, so those are the 2 that I'm probably going to keep listening to from the album. The other 2, Renaissance and Bad Habits, I may also still listen to, but definitely Houdini and Temporary. So I get some good out of the album, but it's held down a lot. So I'm pretty comfortable giving it a 6 out of 10. It's relatively positive, but it's held down a lot. So maybe I'll go through Eminem's other albums and see how it compares to this one for me. And it'd be interesting to make an Eminem tier list and Eminem tier list, and ranking the actual Eminem. So not the candy Eminem. I think Needle Drop's done that one before. So it's just be copying that joke, but ranking the Eminem albums themselves. So that would be a fun project. So I'll probably try to do that. So we'll see. Well, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you would like to leave a comment, I would like to know what you think. Did you like this album? Is it one of Eminem's better albums or weaker albums? What are your favorite tracks? Is my review good? Is my review bad? What could I do better? What could Eminem do better? What could be better? Let's see. So anyway, leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, and thank you.